Thanks everybody for joining me today for our deep stretch workout. We are going to go ahead and get started with a warm-up. Super important to warm up your body, especially before you start diving into some stretching. I'm going to start just by walking around my space, whatever space you have for working out today, whether you're taking some steps around or just walking in place, getting our bodies gently loosened up. I have my yoga mat out, so I'm just taking some steps around my yoga mat. As I'm walking, I like to add in some arm swings, swinging my arms forward and back, raising my arms to about shoulder height, and then swinging them behind my back. Also swinging my arms from left to right, opening your arms out wide, giving yourself a big hug. Any movement that feels good in your body as you are walking it out. Once you are feeling good, I'm going to come to the center of my space. I'm going to move into some hip circles. I'm going to start with my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, putting my hands on my hips, and I'm going to start with clockwise circles, pushing my hips forward, bringing my right hip out to the right before bringing my hips behind, sticking my butt back, leaning forward slightly, and then my left hip coming over to the left side. After a couple clockwise circles, I like to go nice and slow, really feeling that stretch, waking up your hips, your lower body here. I'm going to go the opposite direction, counterclockwise, evening out both sides, both directions. And again, just taking your time to wake up those hips. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back to center. From here, I'm going to move into an alternating step and reach. I'm going to start with my feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to step forward one step with my right foot as I raise my left hand, fingertips to the ceiling, feeling my full body extend tall. From here, stepping my right foot back, lower my left hand down, and then switch sides. My left foot will step one step forward. Right hand will raise, fingertips up to the ceiling. Again, feeling that full body stretch, and then alternating. I'm going to do about 5 or so on each side, really feeling your spine stretch tall. If it feels good, you can sync your breath, taking a big inhale as you step and reach, and then exhale as you step back and lower your hand down. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let your body come back to center. From here, I'm going to take it into a full body stretch, deep breathing, and a forward fold. So I'm going to start with my feet wider than shoulder width apart, having a nice base. Toes are pointed forward. I'm going to take a big inhale breath as I reach both of my hands, fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then on my exhale, I'm going to hinge at my waist, bringing my hands down towards my feet. Holding at the bottom for just a moment here. From this forward fold, I'm going to go into a halfway lift. So taking an inhale breath as I raise up about halfway. My hands are coming to about my knees. Chest is still pointed towards the ground. Feeling that stretch now in my hamstrings, in my back. And then I'm going to extend right back down into that forward fold one more time. Hands come down towards the floor. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back up to standing. Gonna take one more deep inhale breath as I reach my hands, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Deepest breath I've taken yet. And then this time on my exhale, letting my hands fall down at my side. Fingertips point down towards the floor. Gonna bring my feet in a little bit closer together. And I'm going to move into some shoulder rolls. I'm going to do one shoulder at a time, starting with my right shoulder. I'm going to start with circles backwards with my right shoulder. So bringing my shoulder up towards my right ear. Then my shoulder is going to roll behind my back, feeling my chest kind of puff forward before bringing that shoulder back down to neutral. Doing a few backwards shoulder rolls. Again, going slow, really moving in as big of a range of motion as you can. That feels good. After a few circles backwards, I'm going to switch directions, staying on my right shoulder, but now I'm going to do circles forward. My right shoulder will come up towards my right ear, drop that shoulder in front of my body. And then same thing here, a few times, circles forward. And in 3, 2, 1, letting my shoulder go neutral. I'm gonna repeat the same thing on my left, bringing my left shoulder up towards my left ear, starting with my circles going backwards here, rolling that shoulder behind my back, feeling my chest puff forward, and then dropping my shoulder back to neutral. Doing that about 3 or so times before switching to the opposite direction. Now going forward with my left shoulder rolls, evening out both sides. And in 3, 2, 1, letting my shoulders come back to neutral. I'm gonna finish off just by shaking out my arms, wiggle your fingers, maybe bend your elbows, shake them out, let your arms go still at your side. Gonna finish off our warm up here with some calf raises and ankle circles. I'm gonna start with calf raises. You can do 1 foot at a time or both feet at the same time. Slowly raising your heels off of the ground and then lowering those heels back to the floor. Feeling your ankles, your shins, your calves, stretching and waking up here. Gonna do about 10 of these calf raises, challenging myself to hold my heels up at the top for just an extra second before lowering back down to the floor. And in 3, 2, 1. Once you're feeling good with your calf raises, I'm gonna finish off with some ankle circles. Starting with my right foot, I'm gonna plant my right toes on the ground. My right heel is in the air. And then with my heel, I'm gonna draw clockwise circles. You can roll over your toes if that feels good, or keep your toes flat on the ground. After a couple clockwise circles with my right foot, I'm gonna go the opposite direction, evening out both sides. And in 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna switch to my left foot to finish off, raising my left heel in the air, starting with clockwise circles. After a couple circles clockwise, go in the opposite direction. And in 3, 2, 1, to finish off here, I'm just going to shake out my legs, wiggle your toes, a couple kicks forward before letting your body go still, maybe with 1 big inhale breath and then a deep exhale. Awesome, grab a little water if you need. We're gonna get started in our first flow. We're gonna start standing. We're gonna work from our head all the way down to our lower body. So we're gonna start with some neck circles. So finding a comfortable position, standing tall, feet are stacked right underneath your hips, chest faces forward, spine is tall. From here, I'm gonna start by dropping my right ear down towards my right shoulder. I'm gonna hold it there for just a moment before bringing my chin to my chest, nose points down towards the floor. And then my left ear will come over towards my left shoulder. I'm gonna take this in a neck half circle. So I'm just going to move my head from left to right, feeling that stretch on each side of my neck. If it feels good for you to take it into a full circle, you totally can, bringing your nose up towards the ceiling. But I like to do half circles, feeling that stretch a little bit deeper on each of those sides. This time, I'm gonna hold for a little bit longer on each side. So as I bring my right ear over to my right shoulder, I'm gonna hold it there for about 10 seconds, making this a little bit more of a static stretch, feeling that left side of my neck stretch. And in 3, 2, 1, gonna move my chin to my chest, nose points down towards the floor. Again, I'll hold it here for about 10 seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing my left ear over to my left shoulder. Final 10-second hold. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing my head back to neutral. letting my body recover for a moment. We're gonna finish off this next stretch with a diagonal hold. So I'm gonna point my nose to my left armpit. So I'm feeling that stretch on the back of the right side of my neck. So on a little bit of a diagonal here. And I'm gonna hold here for another 10. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing my head back to center. Final time, gonna point my nose now towards my right armpit. Towards your right armpit, right hand, feeling that diagonal stretch now in the back side of your left side of your neck. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back to center, giving your shoulders a little wiggle here to let it all go. We're gonna move down to our chest and to our back. So I'm gonna start by interlacing my fingers behind my back. I'm gonna hold my own hands here, fingers interlace. My palms are facing the wall behind me. My knuckles are against my back and my elbows are bent. From here, I'm going to extend my arms straight back behind me. My hands will turn. I feel my shoulder blades squeeze together. My chest is puffing out forward here. Feeling that chest stretch, the outside of your arms, shoulders. We'll hold here for another 10 seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let your arms come down at your side. Take a moment to recover. We're gonna switch to the opposite direction. Now I'm gonna interlace my fingers in front of my belly button, in front of my stomach. This time my palms are facing my body, knuckles are facing the wall in front of me, and my elbows are bent. From here, I'm going to extend my arms out from my shoulders, straight in front of me. My hands will turn, so now my palms are facing the wall in front of me. I'm feeling my shoulder blades separate. My chest is kind of caving in this time. Checking in with your posture here, still standing tall. And we'll hold for another 10. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Hands are coming down at your sides. Shake it out for a moment. We'll do that one more time on both sides. Starting with clasping our hands behind our back. One last time here. Extending your arms straight back behind you. Feeling those shoulder blades squeeze together. We'll hold here for a final 15. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let your arms fall down at your side. Final time here. Stretching our hands in front of our body this time, interlacing those fingers. Extend your arms straight from your shoulders. And we'll hold for a final 15. Feeling that stretch as you add that pressure forward, pushing your hands forward, even feeling that stretch in your palms, your wrists. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let your arms fall down at your side. Take a moment to recover. Shake it out. From here, we're going to move into a standing side bend. I'm going to start with my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. I like to have my hands on my hips as I do a side bend, so that is an option. I'm going to start with my left hand on my left hip. My right hand is going to reach up overhead, extending my arm as long as I can. And then I'm going to reach over my head to the wall to my left as I lean my upper body over to the left side. Trying to keep my hips stacked right over my feet. So I'm only bending my upper body. My posture is still tall and strong. So I'm really feeling that side body stretch throughout my right side. Option here, if it feels good for you, you can take your left hand, grab onto that right wrist, and just pull a little bit deeper into that side bend if you would like. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Gonna drop my right hand down, and I'm gonna switch sides. Now my right hand is gonna come on to my right hip. Left hand is going to reach up overhead, extending that arm as long as you can, and then fingertips are gonna point to the wall to the right as you lean your body over to that right side. Still checking in with that posture. My hips are strong, just feeling that lean over to the right. And then option, if it feels good, taking your right hand, grabbing onto that left wrist and pulling a little deeper down into that stretch. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. We'll go one more time on each side, feeling free to move and switch as it feels good for you. We'll go for about 30 seconds here, just alternating between right and left side bends as it feels good for you to switch. I'm going to start leaning over to that left side and then switching hands. Left hand will come up overhead, leaning to the right. Final 10. And in 3, 2, 1, and release, letting both hands fall down at your side. Taking a moment to just let your body recover. We're going to move into a little more of an arm stretch. I'm going to start by bringing my right hand across my body. Fingertips will point to the wall to my left. With my left hand, grabbing onto my right elbow and pulling that arm in towards my body, feeling this stretch in my arm on the outside of my right shoulder as I pull that arm in. We'll hold here for another 15. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let that right arm fall down at your side. We'll switch to the left, bringing my left arm across my chest, fingertips point to the wall to my right. With my right hand, grabbing onto my left elbow, pulling that arm in towards my body, feeling the outside of my left arm stretch. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let your arms fall down at your side. We'll do that one more time on each side to finish off our upper body stretches. So when you're ready, bringing that right arm across your chest, fingertips point to the wall to your left.
Excuse me, Ashley, for this and also for the side bend, does it matter which way your palms are facing?
I have my palms facing the floor, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And then for the side bend, I also have my palms facing the floor, but really whatever feels best for you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Switching to my left arm, if you have not already, finishing it off by bringing my left arm across my chest, pointing to the wall to the right, grabbing onto your left elbow with your right hand and gently pulling in towards your body. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let your arms fall down at your sides, taking a moment to let your body recover. We're going to finish off with some lower body stretches before we transition onto the mat. We're going to start with a standing lunge, standing forward lunge. I'm going to start with my feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to take one step forward with my right foot, finding a comfortable base for you here, playing around with how far apart your feet are, but still having a nice solid base where you're not losing too much balance here. From here, I'm going to bend into my right knee as I push my hips forward. Option to try to keep your left heel flat on the floor, or you can raise your left heel off of the ground. Up to you what feels better. I like to have my hands on my hips as I press forward into this lunge. I'm feeling the back of my left calf stretch. We're stretching out our hips. We'll hold here for another 10. Chest is facing forward. And in 3, 2, 1, stepping that right foot back to the start, coming back to neutral standing position, and we'll switch to the left. When you're ready, taking a step forward with your left foot, getting a nice solid base here, toes point forward. From here, bending into that left knee as you push your hips forward. Again, keeping your right heel planted on the floor for a calf stretch, or you can raise that heel off of the ground to deepen your knee bend on your left leg. Whatever feels best here. Chest stays facing forward. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Stepping that left foot back to the start. We're going to go one more time on both legs. This time I'm going to add in an arm raise. So if you choose, you can keep your hands on your hips, down at your side, or take it into your hands coming up towards the ceiling. So starting with my right foot, stepping my right foot forward into that right leg lunge. As I bend my right knee, I'm going to raise both of my hands, fingertips up towards the ceiling. I'm having a slight lean back, my head and my chest facing the ceiling. So I'm feeling that deeper stretch, working on a little bit of balance here as well. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Bringing your hands down at your side, stepping that right foot back, taking a moment to let your body recover. And we'll finish on the left side. When you're ready, stepping that left foot one step forward, by having a good base, toes point forward, leaning into that left knee, bending your left knee, pushing your hips forward, and then option here, raising both hands, fingertips to the ceiling, slightly leaning back as you press those hips forward, feeling that stretch in your lower back, head faces the ceiling. Taking a few deep breaths here. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Lowering those hands down, stepping your left foot back. Awesome job. Take a moment to catch your breath. We're going to finish with a hamstring stretch before we move down onto the floor. Once you have taken a deep breath, starting with our hamstring stretch to finish here, I'm going to step my right foot one step forward. This time I'm going to plant my right heel on the ground. My right toes are in the air. I'm going to keep my right leg straight as I bend my left knee and stick my butt back towards the wall behind me, pushing my hips backwards. As I hinge forward, my chest is going to face the floor. As I'm keeping my right leg straight here, I'm going to feel that stretch in the back of my right leg. Holding it once you find a point where you're feeling comfortable in that stretch. Right now I have my hands kind of rested on my thighs. You can have your hands on your hips, or if it feels good, reaching both hands down towards those right toes will deepen that stretch you feel. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Slowly coming back up to standing. Once you get there, taking a breath. We're going to finish off on our left side. When you're ready, stepping my left foot one step forward. This time my left heel is in the air. Left heel is on the ground. Left toes are in the air. I'm going to bend into my right knee, keeping my left leg straight as I stick my hips back towards the wall behind me, hinging at my waist, chest faces the floor until you feel that left leg hamstring stretch. Again, I have my hands on my thighs. You can have your hands reaching down towards those left toes if that feels good for you. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Slowly coming back up to standing. Once you get back to standing, letting your body recover for a moment, taking a deep breath. Grab some water if you need. We're gonna transition now onto the floor. We're gonna start seated. So finding a comfortable seated position on your mat, on the ground, whatever space you have. I'm gonna take some water, getting comfortable once you make your way onto the floor. I am seated in a position, my legs are crossed, my knees are bent, but whatever a seated position is feeling best for you is totally fine. We're gonna start with a full deep breath, just to get our bodies ready. Gonna take a full inhale breath as I reach both of my hands, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Really feeling my upper body and my spine stretch tall from the seated position. And then when you're ready, exhale, bringing my hands down at my side. And we'll do that one more time. Taking a big inhale breath as you reach tall, holding it at the top for just a moment. And then exhale, hands are coming down at your side. We're gonna start with a seated overhead reach. So kind of similar to that full body deep breath, but we're just going to start by reaching both of our hands, fingertips up towards the ceiling, moving through your own breath here, breathing the entire time as you're reaching, really trying to feel your spine reach tall towards the sky. Your arms are extended as long as you can, feeling that back stretch. And just taking a few deep breaths as you hold here. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Let your arms come down at your side. We're gonna move through some seated cat-cow next. So keeping my feet and my legs crossed in that seated position, I'm gonna put my right hand on my right knee, my left hand on my left knee. I'm gonna start by bringing my belly button forward towards my knees, towards the wall in front of me, pushing my hips forward, my chest forward, my head faces forward, feeling that curve of your spine as you are leaning forward. And then from here, bringing my belly button to my spine is going to push towards the wall behind me. My chin comes to my chest, nose points down towards the floor. And from here, we'll just move through cat-cow at your own speed for about 20 more seconds. Doing what feels good in your body, adding that forward and back movement through your cat-cow. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back to center. From here, I'm gonna leave both of my hands on my knees, and I'm just gonna move through some seated circles. So I'm going to lead with my shoulders in clockwise circles. So leaning forward, bringing my right shoulder over to the right side, and then bringing my shoulders back behind as I lean back. Left shoulder over to the left side. In this seated circle, going very slow, but really feeling that stretch in our hips, in our groin, in our lower back. Once you've done a couple clockwise circles, gonna go the opposite direction, counterclockwise. And in 3, 2, 1, coming back up to center. From here, I'm going to extend my right leg long. I'm going to keep my left knee bent, and I'm going to bring the bottom of my left foot to the inside of my right leg. I'm extending that right leg straight, but I'm also having my right leg out a little bit to the right, so it's a little bit wide. Feeling that stretch in my groin, my hips on the right side. From here, I'm going to take both of my hands onto my right leg, and I'm going to walk my hands down towards my right toes, reaching as far as you can, grabbing onto your knee, your shin, your toes. And we'll hold here for another 20. Feeling the left side of your body stretch as you're reaching, but also feeling that stretch on your right leg. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming back up to that seated position. I'm going to switch sides, extending my left leg out a little bit to the left. I'm going to bring my right foot in towards the inside of my left leg. My right knee is bent. Sitting up tall here, I'm going to walk both of my hands down my left leg towards my left toes as I'm reaching for my left foot. I am trying to keep my leg pretty straight. It's totally okay if you have a slight knee bend in that left leg. But now feeling that stretch on the right side of my lower back and also throughout the bottom of my left leg.
Ashley, it looks like your foot is pointing straight up straight up towards the ceiling. Is that the case?
Yes, left toes are pointed up towards the ceiling.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming back up to a seated position. From here, I'm going to leave my left leg where it is. I'm going to extend my right leg out to the right. So now I'm in a seated straddle position. Again, playing around with where your legs are, however wide or close together you have your legs, totally up to you. This time, I'm going to walk my hands from the center of my body out straight in front of me as I lean forward, reaching my arms as long as I can until I'm at a point where I can hold this stretch comfortably for about 20 seconds, feeling the stretch on the insides of my legs and my lower back. My head and my chest facing the floor. If it feels good for you, I'm just adding in some movement in my upper body, shifting from left to right, kind of with my shoulders. If that feels good, just add a little movement here. If not, stay still. And in 3, 2, 1, walking my hands back towards the center of my body. Taking a moment to recover. Going to finish our little seated sequence by bringing our bottoms of our feet together for a butterfly stretch. Seated butterfly stretch. Bottoms of my feet are together. My knees are bent. The closer your feet are to your body, the deeper that knee bend is. The farther away, the bigger your butterfly is. So whatever feels good here, grabbing onto your toes, and I'm just leaning forward like I'm trying to bring my chest to my feet or my head to my feet, and we'll hold here. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Gonna extend my legs long. Awesome job. Grab a little water if you need. We're going to transition now to lying on our backs. So take your time to get there, grab some water on the way if you need. Once we get onto the floor, we're going to start just with a full body extension. So extending your legs long, feet are on the ground, toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Legs are long. I'm going to extend my arms over my head. Fingertips point to the wall behind my head. Arms are straight, flat on the ground, just a full body extension, taking up as much space as you can, and just letting your body rest for a moment, feeling your body against the ground, feeling that full body stretch for a couple breaths. From here, I'm going to move into a little egg shape. So bringing both of my knees into my chest, bringing my hands around my knees, hugging both of my knees in. So now going from that long extension to as small as you can be, knees into your chest. As you're hugging your knees into your chest, you can add a little bit of movement, rocking left to right, feeling your spine against the floor, maybe forward and back, maybe doing some circles. Any movement here that feels good. And in 3, 2, 1. From here, I'm going to extend my left leg long. I'm going to leave my right knee in towards my chest. I'm going to bring both of my hands to the top of my right knee and gently pull in towards my body. We're going to take this into a lying twist. So when you're ready, my right knee is going to come across my body over to the left. I'm trying to keep my shoulders and my chest facing the ceiling, so I'm only feeling that twist in my low back. So totally okay if your knee is floating, if your foot is floating on that left side. As you hold this twist for another 15. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing my right leg over back to the right side before lowering my right leg down towards the floor. Taking a moment here to recover. We'll do the same thing to the left leg. When you're ready, bringing your left knee in towards your chest, hugging that left knee in towards your body as your right leg stays straight. When you're ready, taking this into a lying twist, bringing your left knee over your body towards the right, trying to keep your shoulders, your chest facing the ceiling. And we'll hold here for another 15. And in 3, 2, 1, and release, bringing that left leg over to the left side before lowering that left leg down towards the floor. From here, I'm going to plant both of my feet flat on the ground. So now my knees are bent, toes pointed forward, feet are flat. From here, I'm going to extend my arms into a T position. So my right arm extended out from my right shoulder, my left arm extended out from my left shoulder. My palms are flat on the floor. I'm going to take this into a little windshield wiper with my knees. So now I'm going to drop both of my knees over to that left side, keeping my arms flat on the ground, chest, head faces forward. Holding my knees on that left side for just a moment before bringing them up to the center and then dropping them over to the right side. So at your own pace here, dropping your knees from the left to the right, still feeling that twist and that stretch in your lower back. And then moving at your own speed. If it feels good for you, as you drop your knees over to the left, I'm going to turn my nose to point towards my right hand. So just deepening that stretch a little bit further by turning your head to the right. And then as my knees drop over to that right side, turning my head to face my left hand. And in 3, 2, 1, bringing my knees back to center. Arms are coming back in towards my body. Taking a moment to recover here. I'm going to move into a happy baby. I'm going to do one leg at a time to start. So I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to leave my left foot flat on the floor, left knee bent. I'm going to bring the bottom of my right foot to point towards the ceiling. So my right leg is in the air. I do have a nice knee bend in my right leg. Now with my right hand, I'm going to try to grab onto the outside of my right foot. So on the right side of my right foot. And then as I grab, I'm going to just gently pull that leg down towards the floor, deepening the bend in my right knee, and really stretching out the inside of my right leg, my groin, my hip on my right side. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Gonna lower my right leg back down to the floor. Right foot flat on the ground, right knee is bent. I'm gonna do the same thing on the left side. When you're ready, bottom of my left foot is gonna point towards the ceiling. Having a nice knee bend in your left leg. With my left hand, I'm gonna grab onto the outside of my left foot and then just gently pull that leg down towards the ground. And then feeling that stretch all throughout the left side of your leg, your hips, your groin. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. The left foot comes back down onto the floor. To finish our happy baby, if you would like, we'll do both feet at the same time. Bringing both of my feet in the air, bottoms of my feet pointed towards the ceiling. Grabbing onto each of your feet on the outside and then pulling those legs down towards the floor. If it feels better to just do one at a time, you have that option as well. We'll hold for a final 15 in this position. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Bringing your feet back down towards the floor. Taking a moment to let your body recover. I'm going to extend my legs long. From here, I'm going to come back up into a seated position. So if you're laying long, making your way to a seated position, I'm going to just lift my shoulders off the ground until I'm back up into a seated position with my legs staying straight out in front of me. Once you're here, we're going to take it into a seated forward fold. My toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. My back is straight. I'm going to start by taking a big inhale breath as I reach my hands, fingertips to the ceiling, really feeling my spine stretch as tall as I can. And then on my exhale, hinging forward, trying to grab onto my toes, your ankles, your shins here. In this forward fold, my chest and my head are pointed towards my knees. Totally okay if you want to add a knee bend. So bending both of your knees, that'll help you get your chest towards your thighs, if that feels good for you, or keeping your legs straight. We'll hold for a final 10, 3, 2, 1, and release. Coming back up to a seated position. We're going to transition into our cool down. So grab a little water if you need. We're going to start our cool down in a tabletop position. So once you've grabbed a little water, we'll make our way onto tabletop. My hands are going to stack underneath my shoulders. My knees are going to stack underneath my hips, and my back is flat. From this tabletop, we're going to start with a little cat-cow at your own pace, dropping your belly button down towards the floor, head faces forward, and then opposite direction, chin to chest, belly button to spine, spine to the ceiling. And we'll just move through here for about 15 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, letting my spine come to neutral. We're going to do a little chest opener here. So from tabletop, I'm going to extend my right hand, fingertips up towards the ceiling. As my right hand extends straight, my chest is opening up towards the wall to my right. We'll hold here. Maybe adding in a couple wrist circles, twisting and moving your wrist clockwise, counterclockwise on that right hand as you're reaching. And in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to drop my right hand behind me. Fingertips point to the wall behind, keeping my arm straight before bringing that arm around to the front, back to tabletop. Hands are stacked underneath my shoulders. We're going to do that same thing on the left side. When you're ready, extending that left hand, fingertips up towards the ceiling, turning your chest to face the wall to the left, and we'll hold here. Option to add a couple wrist circles with your left hand, clockwise, counterclockwise, wiggle your fingers. Whatever feels good as you're reaching that left hand. And in 3, 2, 1, gonna drop my left hand behind my back, pointed towards the wall behind me, before bringing my left hand back into that tabletop position here. From here, we're gonna take a little wrist break. I'm gonna get into child's pose. Gonna bring my toes together, widening out my knees just slightly, sitting back onto my feet, keeping my arms extended straight. Maybe you can walk your arms a little further away from your body as your chest and head drop down towards the mat. We'll hold here for about 20 seconds in child's pose. And in 3, 2, 1, coming up out of child's pose, back into tabletop. I'm going to bring my knees back to underneath my hips. My feet I'm going to separate my feet. So I'm just back into tabletop. We're going to finish out here with a little downward facing dog. I'm going to tuck my toes onto the ground. So from here, I can extend my knees straight. My hips reach towards the ceiling. My arms are straight. My chest is pointed towards my knees. So I'm really feeling that stretch in my arms as well as my legs. And if it feels good, pedaling out your feet, bending one knee at a time, stretching those calves in this downward dog. We'll hold for another few seconds. And in 3, 2, 1. From downward dog, I'm going to drop back into tabletop. And then I'm going to sit back onto my feet, giving my wrists a break. Whatever position that lets your body recover here from that down dog. We're going to finish with a cobra stretch. So transitioning onto our stomachs. If you want to go back into your tabletop and then extend your legs long, dropping your hips down towards the mat, and then bringing your chest and head towards the ground as well once you're in a lying position on your stomach. Option for cobra is to have your arms fully extended or have your forearms on the ground. So whichever you choose, starting with hands underneath my shoulders, I'm going to extend my arms straight as my chest faces forward. I'm even lifting my hips off of the ground just a little bit, feeling that stretch in my low back. Option to drop to your forearms. So my elbows are on the ground, chest still faces forward, but a little less intense on your lower back from your forearms. Choosing what feels good here. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. Dropping that chest down towards the floor, letting your body recover. We're going to do cobra one last time. When you're ready, taking a big inhale breath as you lift your chest off of the ground. Whether your forearms are on the ground or just your hands, feeling that lower back stretch, that core stretch. And in 3, 2, 1, and release. We are going to finish our final few minutes of stretching with some restoration. This is choosing a position to just find stillness, whether that's on your stomach, your back, child's pose, totally up to you, choosing your own final restoration pose. And I will call us out in about 2 minutes. Great time just to focus on your breathing, find stillness, and recover. When you're ready, start adding a little gentle movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, taking a few deep breaths here. I'm going to finish with just a little deep breathing if you'd like to follow along with me. I'm coming up into a seated position. Hands are on each of my knees. I'm going to take a big inhale breath and hold it at the top just for a second. So big inhale and hold. And then exhale, release. We'll do that one more time, taking a big inhale breath, holding it at the top for just a moment longer. And release, letting it all go. Thanks everybody for joining me today for our deep stretch workout. I hope you all got a nice stretch in. Thanks for joining, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,